What's up, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new video. This is Keto Key here with the first ever UFC bets, predictions, breakdowns, picks, videos, whatever you want to call it. This is that. I'm finally really glad to do something like this and try something out, something new to post on the channel. Those of you that don't know me, I'm a big UFC guy. I love the UFC. I've been watching for such a long time, since like Spike TV. So yeah, man, grew up watching it. Legit, dude. I love the sport. And for a while I've just really wanted to just kind of express myself and just talk about it and give myself a platform to just talk about the sport, because I really admire these athletes a lot. You know, they put their bodies, their health, and everything on the line just for the entertainment of you know, people like you and me. So yeah, in this video here, I just want to, you know, get my feet wet. You know, I'm not going to break down the whole card from prelims to main card. I'm just going to do the main card, kind of see how this goes, see how I, you know, feel, just get my feet wet, bruh. You feel me? And other than that, we finna get into it, bro. So this week we have UFC Fight Night Macau. We are in China. It is Song Yadong versus Davidson Figueiredo, and I'm here, Keto Key, to give you, you know, my thoughts, my predictions, bets, picks, and yeah, just share my overall thoughts and opinions on the whole fight card. So let's get to it. All right, we got first fight on the main card. We got Sumiderji versus Alex Perez. Familiar with both these guys. Sumidarji, it felt like after the Matt Schnell fight, you know, he was kind of on a bit of a slump, but, you know, let's check out his last couple, because he's been doing pretty all right. I can't lie. Yeah, he's coming off Mitch Raposo, Kevin Borjas, Jesus Aguilar. So it's not too bad. I mean, 3-fight win streak. Let me go to see all. Okay, so let's go here, and then there's a good chance. Oh, wait, what am I doing here? I hope it's like, sorry if the video is a bit sloppy. I'm very sorry. Yeah, let's go to fight history. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So when was the Matt Schnell fight? Okay, see, so then he lost to Tim Elliott, Charles Johnson, which isn't a bad loss because it feels like everybody loses to Charles Johnson. And yeah, split decision. Okay, interesting. Let's go to Alex Perez, because I know he's coming off the big win off of Charles Johnson, which, like I said, Charles Johnson is such an odd guy, because it's like, dude, man, like, he'll beat the best guys. I mean, but then he'll lose to, you know, he'll sometimes drop the ball, and it's like, what? But okay, Pantoja, Muhammad Mokaev. I remember he was actually doing pretty decent in the Muhammad Mokaev fight. I remember that. I remember watching that, and I didn't quite know if Muhammad Mokaev entirely won that. Beat Mateus Nicolau, but I mean, we all know where Mateus Nicolau kind of is. Tatsuro Taira, Asu Mabayev. He was doing okay in the Asu Mabayev fight too. He was doing really good in that as well. Charles Johnson. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, if you had to give me a pick for this fight, I definitely see this fight to go the distance, to be honest. But I'm not going to lie. Out of what I've been seeing from the two, I definitely like Sumidarji. That's my pick, personally. I know he's an underdog, so I think plus 175 on a book that I found. So yeah, give me Sumidarji. I mean, I like his volume, and I feel like he's kind of learned to not get himself into those dog fights now, you know, and keep himself out of danger. So I'm gonna roll with Sumidarji. Alex Perez, he's just a bit too inconsistent for my taste. You know, he'll look good, you know, the Mateus Nicolau, the Muhammad Mokaev, and then it's like it's on and off, you know. And I just don't know how I necessarily feel about that. Yeah, I mean, and I'm just gonna roll with Sumidarji here. So like I said, these breakdowns and predictions might not be all that good right now. I'm just going to be really hard on myself right now, and I'll probably look back at this and I'll be like, fuck, I know I could have broke this down and I could have done a better job. But that's why I'm getting my feet wet, and I'm going to keep grinding, keep going, and obviously my skills, will get better, because when I talk to my friends about the UFC and the sport and how I see it, they're like, you do a really good job at talking about it. Like my barber, I want to give a shout out to my boy Daniel, my barber. He'll tell me, he's like, yo dude, if you made a YouTube channel, I would genuinely watch it, because you have a lot of vast knowledge in it and it seems like you know what you're talking about. So maybe I might be camera shy for the one time. And I am recording this at 3 in the morning as well, like literally the day before the fight card. So yeah, but enough yapping. Let's get to the next one here. Right here, I'm going Jake Matthews off the rip. Jake Matthews off the rip, bro. Jake Matthews should be on a 4-fight win streak, but that fucking atrocity of a fucking last fight, and it wasn't even his fault either. It wasn't even his fault. That was absolute bollocks what happened last time out against Neil Magny, bro, with the whole reffing situation and shit like that. But yeah, no, this dude should be on a fucking 4-fight win streak, bro. He's looked decent, bro. I mean, lost to Michael Morales. Think about it. If you take the Michael Morales loss, that'd be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-fight win streak. But we're not going to, really go into, semantics like that. But yeah, I'm going to go with Jake Matthews here, bro. Like, what I'm seeing from Jake Matthews is flat out better than what I'm seeing from Carlston Harris. Yeah, dude. Some of these bets and predictions and breakdowns, they're really just going to be as simple as that, because sometimes it really is just as simple as that. Santiago Ponzinibbio, I remember watching that. Chaos Williams. I mean, okay, Shavkat Rachmanov lost. That was a while ago, but yeah, man, I really, really see more from Jake Matthews than I do from Carlston Harrison, just flat out, man. And it's crazy to think that Jake Matthews is still so young in the game, because it's like, holy smokes, dude. Like, bro, he's been in the UFC for a long time. So yeah, man, I'm going with Jake Matthews here, bro. I think he'll, put on a solid performance, put some decent pacing out there, some output, and just win by decision. I got Jake Matthews by decision. And then that's really about it. But we go to the next one. Kaya Sakura coming off a 2-fight losing streak against Pantoja, the champ, and Tim Elliott last time around in Chicago of last year, in a fight that, quite frankly, he won the first round. I thought he won the first round. I'm not going to lie. He looked decent in it. But he just dropped it. He dropped it, man. And in the next one here, we got Cameron Smotherman, who earlier in the year did not look so hot on the scale, and obviously he passed out on stage. And, I hope all is good with Cameron Smotherman, and I hope, he was able to fix some things, get healthy, all that stuff. And I hope that he's recovered, well, to, put on a decent performance. I believe he's 1-2 in the bantamweight division. Let me see. I know he beat Jake Hadley. Yes, he did beat Jake Hadley. But yeah, then he's on a 2-fight losing streak. But I believe the Ricky Simone fight, wasn't this on short notice? I believe it was on short notice. So, yes, these two are kind of both in a win scenario. Like, they both must win. A little bit more for Kaya Sakura, because kind of he was the hot name coming from Ryzen, coming from Japan. He has a win over freaking Kyoji Horiguchi, bro. Like, this dude, he's solid, bro. He's solid, but it's just like, yeesh, man, are you gonna convince the fans that you're as good as, like, the hardcore fans know you are, Because, 6 losses, bro, and take away 2 of them to Pantoja and Tim Elliott, bro. That's 21-4. That's not a bad record, dude. It's not a bad record at all, he's big in Japan. He's got a big YouTube following, so, But, I'm just going to flat out go with Kaya Sakura here, bro. And I think it's kind of disrespectful that nobody's really covering Kaya Sakura, let alone this fight. I think Kaya Sakura is a really big topic and a big story heading into this week, because he's in a must-win scenario. I genuinely believe he's in a must-win scenario. If he loses this week, there's a real good chance that he could just get cut. You know, look what they did to Patchy Mix, bro. They did not hesitate to cut Patchy Mix, bro. And they could do the same thing to Kai Asakura. So, yeah, I'm going to go to Kai Asakura here because I just think the volume, the striking, when this dude strikes, this dude is on. But if Cameron Smotherman actually decides to take this dude down, it might not be too hot, my boy. But, yeah, man, let me go with Kai Asakura, bro. And I think Kai Asakura could get it done inside the distance, man. I think he can get it done late round, maybe the end of the second round, third round, maybe. I would definitely like to go with that. So, yeah, let's just roll with that. And on to the next one. Okay, here, this is a big one for me. Pause. This is a big deal because, dude, the boy is back, man. Sergey fucking Pavlovich, bro. 6'3", 6'7". Insert joke there. Wow, he's only 26. Holy shit. Talshin Teixeira's only 26. But it's crazy to think that they damn near got the same fucking build, bro. We need to go back to the times of old when Sergey Pavlovich looked like an absolute fucking world beater. Dude, my boy Tom Aspinall put the beats on Sergey Pavlovich, and he was never the same. Never the same. What is he? I think he hasn't won by knockout since the Tom Aspinall fight. Yeah, when he got knocked out by Tom, yeah, by decision. He went to decision with Volkov, Rosenstrike, which is a weird one. That fight was weird, bro, because that should not have happened, dude. Ugh. Like, okay, the Volkov thing, I understand. Volkov is just that good, but Rosenstrike, I feel like he should have got him out there. Waldo Cortez Acosta, you know, I mean, which is a decent win. It's a decent win now, but yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Sergey Pavlovich here, bro. I think he's gonna turn back the clock, and I think he's gotta dig deep and go back to the Sergey of old. I know Talshin Teixeira, what is he, ranked number 15th? He's ranked number 15 going against like number 3, number 4. It's like, dog, dude, that's such a big fucking jump. But hey, with a win, Talshin Teixeira basically inserts himself into the top fucking 5. And, you know, obviously we see what's going on with Josh Hokett right now and Derek Lewis. You know, Josh Hokett could catapult himself, or no, Derek Lewis could re-enter himself back into that top 5, top 6, you know, heavyweight conversation. So when it comes to heavyweight, it's really easy to find an opportunity to get into the top 5 or title implications. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna go with Sergey Pavlovich here, and I think I don't want to say he wins by decision. I don't want to, because I don't think anybody wants to see that again. And after the last fight Talshin had against Tai Tuivasa, like, that fight should not have gone the distance, dude. They both looked sloppy. It was just awful towards the end of the fight. It's like, oh, Lord, dude. That shit was... Dude, if Talshin Teixeira fights anywhere close to that, I know Sergey Pavlovich will finish him. So I'm going to go Sergey by knockout. I'm going to go... I don't think it's going to be as easy as the first round, though. I'm going to go with the over 1.5 rounds. I like the over 1.5 rounds. And I think Sergey could get him out at the end of the second. Or shit, maybe if he wants to, you know, play it smooth, play it smart, maybe the beginning of the third. TKO, beginning of the third. And then I think we go back to seeing Sergey Pavlovich look like that guy that was out here destroying people's chins, sending them to the fucking, you know, shadow realm, dude. So, yeah, I'm going to go Sergey Pavlovich. And I actually feel like I'm getting in my zone now. I feel like I'm opening up a little bit more and kind of expanding. Pause. So, yeah, I like Sergey Pavlovich. This next one's a big one. Dude, I think this main card is really solid, actually. Sumidarji, you know, Alex Perez, that's a decent fight. Jake Matthews, Carlston Harrison, this is decent again. Kai Asakura, you know, like I said, I think Kai Asakura is a big story going into this week. I think that's a pretty solid fight as well. This is an outstanding fight. The co-main event and the main event are really outstanding fights. Like, dude, man, I'm looking forward to it, bro. I think these are going to be some outstanding fights this week and a really good card. So, this next one up, we got Zhang Mingyang versus Alonzo Menifield. Alonzo Menifield's a guy that I'm kind of like, dude, I'm not going to lie, bro. I've been a pretty big Alonzo Menifield guy, to be quite frank. Now, has he been really putting up the performances that, like, I'm really hoping to see from the guy? He's just... he's an odd guy, dude. Let me pause this ad. Like, okay, let me see. Dustin Jacoby, I remember. Yeah, okay. So I remember the first Jimmy Crute fight. I was like, okay, I went with Alonzo Menifield. Then the draw happened. And then I was like, all right, well, I know he's going to beat Jimmy Crute again. Beats Jimmy Crute. And I'm like, Dustin Jacoby, I know how good Dustin Jacoby is, but I'm like, I think he'll, scrape it out. So I'm like, okay. Going into the Carlos Ulberg fight, I'm like, I know Ulberg's not a pushover, bruh. He goes into the Ulberg fight. You see it right there, bro. Gets knocked out in 12 seconds. I'm like, oy. And then, what's this? Amzamat Mirzakhanov. Yeah, he gets beat by Mirzakhanov. Then Julius Walker to split decision, which was a weird one, dude. That was weird because I'm like, no. Julius Walker, I think that was his debut. It was on short notice, and he's like a former basketball player, college basketball player. And then, like, he beats Umar Sy, who I had no idea when that fight was fucking booked. Like, I have no idea why he was such a big favorite. I was to the point where I'm like, nah, Umar Sy's not fucking with Alonzo Menifield. So he was like a plus 500, 400, and I just bet on Alonzo Menifield. And then he goes out and just shuts him out. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Volkan Ozdemir is not a bad loss because he's a decent veteran. But yeah, man, Alonzo Menifield's kind of an odd fighter. Like, when I bet on Alonzo Menifield, I'm like, okay, we're good to go. But when I don't bet on him, that's when he loses. So I'm like, that's not, I guess, the worst situation. But yeah, no, this one's a big deal. Because Zhang Ming Yang, he was like a pretty big deal heading into the UFC. He had a couple good performances, and he was just knocking people out. And honestly, bro, like, that last fight against Johnny Walker was so weird because it was just, bro, dude could not check a leg kick. He couldn't defend leg kicks for nothing, bro. For nothing. It's like, oh, brother, dude. Yeah, it was a big bummer, I must say. But I think he comes back out here, and I think he puts on a solid performance. And quite frankly, I think he does win by knockout again. Alonzo Menifield just kind of has that style that leaves him really open to just get knocked out for some reason. For just some reason. I mean, Carlos Ulberg, fucking Volkan Ozdemir, like, he just has a weird fight style that just leaves him so open and vulnerable to just get knocked out. So I'm gonna go Zhang Ming Yang by knockout. And shit, honestly, bro, with how Alonzo Menifield be, it might just be in the first round. I'll maybe go like end of the first round. Maybe the beginning of the second. But definitely Zhang Ming Yang by inside the distance in some way, shape, or form. I don't think he's going to submit him. So, yeah, let's go by knockout, I guess. And we'll just leave it like that. Yeah, Zhang Ming Yang by knockout. And then we head to the main event, which, like I said earlier in the video, that there are some fights that you could just break down and some fights that you should just be like, yo, this is going to be the winner. This is one of them. It's going to be Song Yadong. Song Yadong, he's going to win. He's going to win. Davidson Figueiredo's, look at that, 38, 10-year differential. I mean, Song Yadong is one of those fighters where, like, he just loses to the best. Like, there's an argument to be made, and I've seen it, like, my sister's boyfriend, he believes that Song Yadong beat Sean O'Malley, and then there's some people that, thought he came up just a tad bit short, but he didn't look like he was outclassed by Sean O'Malley by any means necessary. He's lost to the likes of Corey Sandhagen, Piotr Yan, who is the champ now at bantamweight. So it's like, he doesn't have bad losses, but he doesn't necessarily have, like, the craziest wins either, Let's go here. Like Henry Cejudo, that one was a weird one. Even though he was working Henry Cejudo, he was piecing that dude up. That's for sure. Let me see. Yeah, the doctor stoppage. Yeah, by Corey Sandhagen. I remember that. Marlon Moraes. It's like Ricky Simone fight was impressive. Gutierrez, but Gutierrez isn't even ranked no more. Simone's not even ranked no more. I mean, it's like, his wins are his wins. That's the best way to put it. I'm not going to delegitimize them, because Henry Cejudo, he's Henry Cejudo. He's an Olympic gold medalist, double champ, all that stuff. But it's not like he went out there and finished him. Now, he could have, and he was probably going to, But, you know, all that stuff happened with the eye poke and everything. But, yeah, I mean, he's lost to Petr Yan, lost to Corey Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley. So it's like he can beat most of the guys in the division, but he can't beat the guys in the division. And it bums me out because I'm a big Song Yadong guy. I mean, I see the potential in this guy, and I know he's as good as I think he is, but it's just like he always manages to just come up a tad bit short. But I think in this case here against Deiveson Figueiredo, I just don't see how Deiveson wins, bro. He looked good coming up to bantamweight, you know, like the Rob Font fight, he looked decent. Then, you know, the Cody Garbrandt fight, and then like the Marlon Cheeto Vera fight, you know, he looked decent. But then you just look at these last ones and then the Montel Jackson fight where he barely scraped by a split decision. I mean, give him an L there, then he'd be on a 4-fight losing streak, dude. And it's like, oh yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I think some of these fights are just as easy as just picking a winner and not even having to break down the technique, the skill, or anything like that. You know, I think sometimes it's just as easy as just picking a winner, and I think the winner here is Song Yadong. I mean, I think he can win 5 rounds. I think he can go 5 rounds. He's already done it before, you know, with Chris Gutierrez. He almost did it with Ricky Simon until he got him out in that last round, I believe. So he's shown us that he has the pace, the cardio, the volume to go all 5. And, you know, he's the younger guy. And I think he'll be bigger too, honestly. I mean, look at that. He'll be taller, you know. And it's not like Deiveson could just take him down. And I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. I think Deiveson Figueiredo really have to pull out some tricks out of the fucking bag and really turn the clock back if he even wants to sniff at winning this weekend against Song Yadong. So, yeah, I'm just going to go Song Yadong here, and it's probably going to be by decision. And, yeah, I'm just going to leave it right there. So, let's recap the card real quick, and I'll give you, you know, my winners. I'm going to go Sumidarji. I'm going to go by decision. I'm going to go Jake Matthews here by decision. I'm going Kai Asakura by either second round or third round. TKO or KO. Sergey Pavlovich, I'm going to go end of the first round or beginning of the second round TKO. Zhang Mingyang, I'm going to go first round, either beginning of the first round or end of the first round. But I think it does end in the first round. Zhang Mingyang by knockout. And then I'm going to go Song Yadong by decision. So, yeah, man. Give me your brutal honesty, your feedback on how this video turns out. Because this is something I've never really done before, but this is like my first time, you know, breaking down fights, giving prediction, giving bets and stuff like that, you know, like all that type of stuff. So obviously I'm planning on getting better. I'm going to get better. I believe in myself. You know, I have very high confidence in myself that, you know, I can get better. And other than that, you know, I appreciate to those that stick around, that watched, leave likes, comments, subscribes, all that good stuff. And even like the brutal, like, feedback and the brutal honesty and criticism, I don't get butthurt over it, or I'm not gonna get mad. You know, if you think I fucking suck at breaking down fights and stuff like that, then to each his own, you know. Like, I won't even have anything against it, to be honest. I'll probably scoff at it and just, you know, laugh and just brush it off, because honestly it's just the internet, bruh. But yeah, man, I definitely plan on working on this, getting better at this, and being consistent with this too. I want to break down the fights every single week, share my thoughts, my opinions on even just like stuff going on in the fighting world. So yeah, man, if you guys like the video, you know, give your criticism, your feedback, please. I appreciate it, everything. I'll read all the comments and all that stuff. But other than that, let me see. I mean, just gonna leave it there. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. But other than that, I appreciate everybody stopping on by. Hopefully these next couple videos and these next upcoming UFC videos and breakdowns and all that stuff get better. I hope that it all gets better real soon. And the production and, you know, all this stuff actually like I said, it gets better. But that's in time, though. That is all in time. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody for stopping by, watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that stuff. If you fuck with the movement, bro, hey, man, stick around, for real, for real. It's only going to go up from here, really. So, other than that, I'm just going to leave it here. I'm out of here, bro.